Peace, everybody. So, right here in this video, I'm pretty much going to go over the new process as far as the judges goes for Step in the Ring going forward. I've been hearing a lot of feedback, a lot of suggestions, certain ideas after the 4 events that we did have, and I took everybody's feedback into consideration. I've been pretty much been thinking about what can be done better over the past few days, and since we are supposed to have Shaquem Ra and Poetic Flacco this Saturday, I do think this is a good opportunity to kind of implement this process here as far as the judges go. So, with all that being said, let's get to it. So as we can see here with the first slide, the debaters will no longer pick judges. Now, this is what I originally did, and one of the reasons why I originally did it like this is to make the debaters feel a little bit more comfortable going into their debates where they can pick their own judges, and also pretty much trying to just keep a peace of mind to the viewers, because the original idea I was going to have would just have 3 judges that were anonymous. And the reason why I wanted to keep the judges anonymous is because I didn't want nobody to be put into a situation where they're getting bullied or harassed or where the case is, especially when it comes to this sector, because this is the same sector where CPS is called, the FBI is called, like threats, like doxing and all that. So I was really trying to keep that away, at least from my platform. So that's why I wanted to keep it anonymous. But there were certain people that wanted to know who the judges were. So I originally was going to do that. Then I moved it to the point where the debaters will basically pick their own judges. And I would say, since the last debate, that may not be the best idea for right now. So right now at this point, I will no longer have the debaters pick their own judges. And the other thing too is that the judges will no longer be anonymous. Now, again, this was something that a lot of people think shouldn't happen. And again, there was a reason why I had these judges anonymous. But again, I'm taking everybody's feedback into consideration. And this will be something we will test out. We'll probably test this out for maybe about three or four debates. And after three or four debates, if I think it's something that's progressive, then we'll just keep it going. So I will go ahead and make all judges not be anonymous. So when it comes to Flacco and Shaquem Ra coming up this weekend, you guys will know who all the judges are. So right here in the next slide, this is basically going to explain to people who want to be a judge, not just for the Shaquem Poetic Flacco debate, but debates going forward. If you want to be a judge, you must email me. No exceptions. I'm pretty much am not going to accept no one telling me in the comment section. I'm not going to accept anyone telling me in the chat room. I'm not going to accept anyone telling me on panels. You must email me. And the other thing too, I don't want no third parties telling me that you said that you want to be a judge. You must email me, because pretty much what that's going to tell me is that you're serious. And plus, that will automatically give me contact information to email you back, and we can go from there. So if you want to be a judge, you must email me. My email is in the description box, so you must email me. Plus 2, if it turns out, if you know somebody that wants to be a judge in the near future, you have to tell that person to email me as well. Again, I am not going to take any exceptions. Now, there's a minority of you that have my work phone number. You know, like if you want to go ahead and text me, go ahead and let me know. But for everybody else, email. I will not take any other types of communication. You must email me. Plus 2, if you want to be a judge, you must agree to not be anonymous. And pretty much what I mean by that is people have to know who you are. Now, pretty much, that's not saying that you have to cam up. That's not saying you have to show your picture. That doesn't mean you have to give out your full name. But we have to know something about you so that way we know who you are. I mean, because again, a lot of people say that, hey, look, like I'm not a fan of the judges being anonymous. So again, if you want to be a judge, you have to agree that you can't be anonymous at all. And plus the other thing too is if you want to be a judge, you must agree to get on the panel. So pretty much what that means is that once the debate is over, I will go ahead and call all 3 judges to come onto the panel. Now, the original process I had was that the judges would either text me or email me who they thought won. But this time, the judges have to get on the panel and they would have to explain in 1 to 2 minutes max who won and why. Okay? So just to go over, if you want to be a judge, you have to email me. No exceptions. If you want to be a judge, you have to agree you can't be anonymous, period. And also you have to agree to get on the panel. You have to agree to get on the panel and explain who won and why. So the next thing we're going to talk about is pretty much some scenarios. So if it turns out if only 2 judges are available by the debate and we need a 3rd judge, then the chat room will be the 3rd judge. Now, this was something I never wanted to do. I was never a fan of having the chat be a judge to determine who the winner is. But again, based on a lot of y'all's feedback, I'm pretty much at that stage where if it turns out if I don't have enough judges and I only have 2 judges and I need a 3rd judge, and since a lot of y'all don't want judges to be anonymous, then the only other suggestion that I have to replace a 3rd judge is to have the chat room be the 3rd judge. Again, that is something I don't want to do. I'm not a fan of it, but again, I'm basing this off of y'all feedback. So going forward, I can only hope and pray that I'm able to have 3 judges by the debate and these judges are in attendance watching the debate. Otherwise, the chat room is going to have to be the 3rd judge. And also too, if it turns out if I only have 1 judge that's available, then pretty much that cancels everything out, and that 1 judge won't judge the debate, and the only judges are going to be in the chat room. So again, this is something I don't want to do, but I'm basing this off of y'all feedback. So if it turns out if only 1 judge is available, then that judge will not judge, and it will be up to the chat room to decide who won the debate. Last thing I want to go over here, and this is probably the most important bullet point that a lot of people need to pay attention to, and that is this process will depend on how many people wants to judge and not be anonymous. So again, if you want to be a judge, go ahead and email me. If it turns out if people don't email me, then again, it's going to come down to the chat room that's going to be the judge. Again, I'm basing this off of y'all feedback. So depending on how many people wants to judge, plus not be anonymous, along with wanting to get on the panel and explain who won, it's pretty much going to depend on all those factors. If I don't have enough people that's going to do all of this and agree to these terms, then pretty much the chat room will be the judges. That's pretty much as simple as that. The original process I had, I thought was a little bit more easier, though, like I can really see why certain people think that's a bit too controversial. as far as the original process goes. But again, I'm pretty much following y'all's feedback. We will test this out for the next 3 or 4 debates, starting with Shaquem Ra and Poetic Flacco. So pretty much to conclude, if any of y'all want to judge, email me. That's the first thing. You must agree to get on the panel. You must agree to not be anonymous. You also want to be objective as well. And that's another thing I'm going to look for, especially with these topics. And pretty much if I feel that you're just going to be biased right off the gate, then I can't, I can't let you be a judge. So with all that being said, guys, I appreciate everybody for the continued support, for the continued feedback. It's all trial and error, as I keep saying. So that's the judge process, guys. And with all that being said, guys, the press conference for Flacco and Shaquem Ra and Step in the Ring Pause is this Thursday, and the actual event will be this Saturday at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.